How's it going, guys? Cody back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, this time we're going down to Devon and we're going down to HMP Dartmoor. This is a story on the BBC News website, link in the description below like I always do. Headline reads, Dartmoor prison staff woefully unaware of drugs and bullying. Staff were woefully unaware of bullying and drug use at Dartmoor prison, where a 22-year-old inmate took his own life, an investigation has found. Ollie Pascoe, God bless Ollie Pascoe, may he rest in peace. My thoughts and prayers are still with your family. He tragically took his own life, guys, over 3 years ago. He was from Newquay in Cornwall, and he died in his cell on the 8th of March 2015. God bless you, Ollie Pascoe, may he rest in peace. A prisoners and probation ombudsman report found he had built up drug debts of up to £1,000 during 6 weeks at the jail. Now, sounds quite alarming that done it £1,000 in 6 weeks, guys. Like I said, he could have been an addict before he went to prison. He could have be using the drug as a coping mechanism or to escape the reality of his surroundings. Prison does funny things to grown men. It affects every prisoner that goes through the prison system. Those that are suffering with mental health issues before they go in will leave with significantly worse mental health issues or will leave worse in body bags. It goes on, guys. Evidence heard at the inquest portrayed the prison as being rife with drugs, with spice a particular problem. Oh, it's that old spice record. Spice is a massive epidemic within prison, guys. It's beyond words. Pascoe had been placed on the 5th floor of G Wing at HMP Dartmoor, an area described by fellow prisoners as not a good place to be unless you had friends up there. The inquest heard how psychoactive substances including spice had become prevalent at the prison, and Pascoe would smoke it daily. £1,000 in 6 weeks, guys, isn't a lot, because if they're giving it him on sick and giving it on sick and giving it on sick, very easy to rack up. So what I mean, and it's sad. So what I mean, that he's took his own life, little Ollie Pascoe. Deputy Governor Peter Lewis told the inquest, which ended on the 16th of November, most drugs come through serious organised crime groups and are really difficult to trace. I agree, most drugs do come through most serious organised crime groups. Prison officers. Prison intelligence needs to the goodwill of prisoners telling us, as we are quite blind on it a lot of the time. This is from the Deputy Governor, Peter Lewis at HMP Dartmoor, who told the investigation that prison intelligence needs the goodwill of prisoners telling us. We are quite blind to it a lot of the time. Well, no, you're not, because for the most part, just like the police, you met with a wall of silence. You might get the odd sweetgrass or you might get the odd informer. But for the most part, prisoners know what to do and how to conduct themselves to keep their mouths shut. Pascoe had been jailed for robbery and knife offences and given a 7-year sentence. The Ombudsman found staff at Dartmoor did not adequately consider or access Mr. Pascoe's risk, associated particularly with his age and length of sentence. Also found staff were unaware Pascoe was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder after waking to discover It was also found staff were unaware Pascoe was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder after waking to discover the suicide of his cellmate while at Exeter prison in 2013. How tragic's that, guys? He was in prison, right? Obviously, people commit crime, they end up in prison, we know that. We know right from wrong, but before offenders were ever offenders, he was first victims. And he woke to find his cellmate dead, suicide at Exeter. The information had not been included when he was transferred to Dartmoor in January 2015. Troubling picture. The report said, we are not assured that staff were sufficiently vigilant while Mr. Pascoe was alive regarding the use of drugs, bullying and the intimidation of prisoners and family members. After Miss Pascoe's death, a troubling picture of drug dealing and bullying emerged at Dartmoor, which appears to involve Mr. Pascoe and even his family. What they mean by family, guys, if you've got a prisoner that owes money for drugs, it's commonplace for drug dealers to go into that prisoner cell, get his address book or his little list of phone numbers, ring his family, threatening he's going to be done in if you don't pay X, Y, and Z, put money in this account, things like that. So that's what they mean by that. It's hard not to conclude that staff appear to have been woefully unaware of these challenges to safety and security at the prison. The prison has now changed the process for receiving prisoners at Dartmoor and produced guidelines for identifying prisoners at risk of self-harm. A prison service spokesman said staff at Dartmoor have received up-to-date training on preventing suicides and self-harm, and the prison has one of the lowest levels of self-harm and violence in the prison's closed prison estate. In a statement, Pascoe's family said the inquest had given an insight into the drug culture, bullying and pressure that Ollie was subject to during his short spell at Dartmoor. Now, like I say, guys, it says there, a prison service spokesman said staff at Dartmoor have received updated training on preventing suicide and self-harm, and the prison has one of the lowest levels of self-harm and violence in the closed prison estate. Well, it only houses 659 prisoners, guys, so you can't really put that in comparison with a prison like Strangeways, or where it's in excess of 1,000, or you've got like prison like Berwyn, which can its operational capacity is 2,100, even though it's well short of that. So it's not fair to say that, oh, we've got a lower level, blah. It's not a competition. Any levels of suicide or self-harm, one's too much. I put a little picture of Ollie Pascoe at the start. God bless him, may he rest in peace. To find your Padme dead from a suicide in 2013 in Exeter, to then go and take your own life after being addicted to spice, which then will, where you've got, obviously, if you are in debt, it's inevitable you be under fear, intimidation, threats of violence and even violence. And he tragically sought suicide as a way out. He was 22. God bless him, may he rest in peace. Too many prisoners, guys, leaving prisons in body bags. Spice is as much part of prison life as the understaffing, the dilapidated, run-down, decrepit conditions, and prison body bags are as much part of prison life as the spice, the understaffing, the broken CCTV cameras. Do you know what I mean? Just the staff don't give a shit, guys. Staff do not give a shit. It's a job to them. They go to work, they go home. You know what I mean? Not good. I'm going to leave that video here, guys. God bless little Ollie Pascoe, may he rest in peace. It was 3.5 years ago, but like I say, we've still got the respect of a fallen brother that's taken his own life in prison. God bless him, may he rest in peace. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.